What up? Episode 143, I think. 143, 144.
Who cares?
Is what it is.
It is
dude.
what it is now. We lost
Let's
count.
Fucking go.
We lost count.
Yeah, dude. We're in a fucking, right now, we're in absolute time wave zero with the fact that it's just like, you don't even know what zip code you're in. You don't know what time zone.
I'm a traveling man. I'm a rambling man, bro.
Yeah, dude.
You never know. You never know where I'm at.
I don't even know where. We could be in LA right now. Who knows? Dude?
Who knows? No, everybody knows.
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego, dude?
No way you're going to LA.
I know.
We're in Philly.
Yeah, we're here.
We're in motherfucking Philadelphia.
Regular old studio,
Just
dude.
old Philly.
Whew.
Watching fucking sick ass.
Well, I gotta stay here.
Vids.
This is a Illuminati hotbed, so I'm not really. I can't really talk about it, but I'm not really
Philly
allowed
is
to
an
leave.
Illuminati hotbed? I mean, it's like Freemasons and shit, but I think the Illuminati left a while ago. Who do you think's Illuminati here? Meek Mills, for sure.
Obviously, Meek Mills has been inducted. Meek Mills is definitely the king of the Illuminati in the Philadelphia.
He's the
chapter
Philadelphia
right
chapter.
Only rappers are allowed. Only rappers and George Bush are allowed in the Illuminati right now.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
That's the Illuminati right now?
I mean, I can't really talk about it, but yeah, it's pretty much Rick Ross, George Bush, Kanye West got kicked out, from what I've heard.
Kanye West did get kicked out.
Jay-Z's
full Illuminati.
He might have started the Illuminati.
Him and Beyonce are the king and queen.
Yeah, I'm an investigative journalist now, so I've definitely investigated it, and thank you, Kyle. Got some Deer Park. For my investigation, I found out that Rick Ross is the High Deacon, Jay-Z's the Pope of the Illuminati. Meek Mill is coming up.
He's a cardinal.
He's a cardinal in the Illuminati, and of course George Bush is like somewhere in the mix, but
he's just a local priestess.
Yeah, he's just a little something, little deacon.
Really?
He's a deacon. Yeah, rappers have all the power.
Wow.
Rappers control the government.
What did you investigate? A Wigger's Instagram? What is this journalism?
I just made it up. I'm really investigating the Philadelphia Parking Authority, though.
Yeah, how's that going?
Dude, they're just an evil empire. It's literally, it is, they're like, so I still have no idea. I still haven't found out.
I owe them a C note, right?
Don't pay them.
I owe them $100.
Well,
they're never getting it.
Yeah, I owe them.
Oh, you know who?
I owe them thousands, bro.
Beezer and Kyler are going to be the ones who pay for that.
Are they?
The old Rolls is going to get booted while they're running errands in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I owe them thousands. If you
surprise.
switch your plates, they leave you alone until you get another ticket, and then you'll be back up in the system.
So just switch plates?
You got to pay. Yeah, you can pay, get a new tag.
Huh.
And then you can be safe, you know.
I think I got to get my registration too.
Do you?
I got a hot car right now. The Rolls is hot.
They'll ticket for anything.
Rolls.
Dude, the Philadelphia Parking Authority has I think they bring in like $80 million a year. No, not even. Sorry, they bring in like $360 million a year. They own like, I don't know if it's like 25,000 off-street parking spots, all the on-street parking. They do all the airport parking. Then they have this weird deal where like they give money to the school district, but then like they got audited by David O, the fucking beast councilman who like
David O. Sounds like a good Chinaman.
He's a partner, yeah.
We got a partner in the office?
We had a partner in the city council.
Partners love taking on the Illuminati.
Obviously, this dude went...
That's an age-old fucking battle.
Dude, you've seen them there.
Yeah, dude.
They don't like the imperial grasp. Hong Kong is battling the imperial grasp, dude.
We'll get to Hong Kong.
Yeah. So right now, Splinter Cell of Hong Kong, dude, is chilling. Yeah. The dude's a fucking man. I talked to his, I forget who it is. I don't know if it's like his sister or cousin. Yeah. She was saying he's been battling the PPA for a while. So he came out and was like... He's like, where's the money going? They're like, yeah, don't worry about it. And he was like, he got them audited. And he turns out they weren't giving like any money to the school, and there was $80 million missing. And they were just like, okay, yeah, our bad. We clearly have some issues here. What the Philadelphia Parking Authority is trying to do now is add a 50 cent per ride on rideshare. They're getting paid off by rideshares to exist because they own all the taxi medallions in Philly. And like the taxi medallions tanked. Rideshare is the future. So the Parking Authority, the fucking bureaucratic slug that it is kind of like, well, okay, we totally went up against their lawyers and lost. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a 50 cent tax to every single ride in the city limits, and that'll go to us, which we'll pay to the school. And it's like, all right, just send it to the school then. Why does it have to go through your guys' hands? I mean, dude, it's crazy what they're up to.
Damn.
And they're trying to expand into like giving out tickets for other stuff. Like walk around, hit you like with trash fines. Yeah, they're like a fucking evil entity, and no one knows. If you call the city, they're like, oh, this is a state thing. Call the state. And like, dude, no one knows where the money actually goes. So we'll see. Stay tuned. I'm going to get I'm trying to get all their like real deal financials.
They might kill you.
Fuck them, dude. They can't do shit to me.
They might kill you. Didn't they take a car of yours before?
They've taken like 3.
You've lost 3 cars?
Yeah, dude. I kissed like 3 minivans goodbye to the PPA.
You just like,
well, one was half my brother's.
And you just said keep it.
Yeah. I'm like, they're like, you owe us $2,000. I'm like, it's funny because that car's worth $400, so keep it.
yeah, it's totaled.
Yeah, and then they charge you for selling your car. It's bullshit. But either way, so I don't even know how I got on that, dude. Oh yeah, because I'm an investigative journalist.
Yeah, you're an investigative.
By the way, I have a respect for investigative journalists now. I thought it was all like fun. It's like a lot of boring, shitty research.
You didn't know that?
No, I thought I'd be like, oh, I got the call. I thought someone was going to slide me like a WikiLeaks, dude.
No.
I announced I was an investigative journalist. So I'm like, all right, I'm here. If anyone has any State Department secrets, just dump them on me.
Yeah, that's going to be a nightmare. That's like,
no secrets. Fun. I just had to read.
There are no secrets. It's just nobody took the time to make 50 phone calls.
Exactly.
That's it. It's not a secret. Yeah. There are no secrets. You're not going to find one secret.
I will.
I'm telling you, you're not.
Did you read Bad Blood? Theranos, he blew that out of the water. That was a literal secret, that they didn't have a working prototype, and he coaxed that out of people who signed NDAs.
Okay.
So there are secrets, bro. Don't tell an investigative journalist there's no secrets.
Yeah, he knew there was a secret there. With the PPA, I think it is just as you said, a bureaucratic slug.
Dude, Andrew O.
It's just going to be a million.
No, Andrew O busted it out of the water. They were like, no, we're giving the money. He's like, all right, show us your... They wouldn't show financials. Now they cooked up financials, but I want to see the actual breakdowns because they're just saying like administrative cost, like $79 million.
Yeah.
And they're all tied in with the unions and shit now who, inside sources, I've talked to a guy who worked a lot of the unions. Like, all those guys are getting investigated by the FBI. They're literally up to secrets and like vast corruption and conspiracy. Like, this is real. My dick's in the fucking fray, dude.
What's your dick doing?
Someone's gonna grab my dick. It's in the mix.
Someone's gonna pull it.
My dick's in the urinal, dude. Someone's gonna come up behind and George Michael.
You're in a glory hole. You stuck your dick. You stuck your dick in the PPA glory hole.
Yes, I did.
And you're hoping it gets sucked, but it might just get yanked.
Well, what I'm calling for is an open source investigation.
Damn,
that's the way.
Imagine getting a fucking glory hole hand job.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
That'd be a real letdown. No way.
Glory hole hand job?
That would suck.
How?
You stick your dick in a hole like, yes.
Dude, and someone jerks it off?
Someone's going to suck my dick.
Winning the lottery.
Or I'm going to fuck a lady.
Oh.
Something nice. There's going to be something nice on the other end. Said you get some shitty hand job.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, I see what you're saying. So I guess if you're in a glory hole, I think you can start banging it like, hey.
That means you're going to nut.
Don't jerk my...
You knock when you're going to nut.
Yeah, I wonder. I guess you could always pull it out and be like, hey... When's the shift change? So I don't want a hand
get
job.
Someone else.
I don't think you got a lot of hand jobs going. Also, though, I'm saying if you stick your dick in a glory hole, you're not going to get a disappointing hand job.
True. The person on the other, or they could be half-assing it because there could be another hole that they're focused on. That could be the hand job. That could be the blow job.
No,
or fucking.
You would see a dude right next to you with his dick against the wall.
No, it's a cube.
No, you're saying
he could be on the other side.
So you got to secure the perimeter of a glory hole.
You have to secure the perimeter because otherwise that person could be getting fucked.
Oh,
you know what I mean? She could be, or he.
Well, if they
obviously, most likely he.
But if they said like, "Hey, I'm giving you a shitty hand job because I'm getting fucked on the other side," I'd get into it.
There's no words in a glory hole.
True,
you
just
speak.
Stick your fingers through.
You put your dick hole through. You put your dick through.
No, you stick your fingers through to check it. And then someone sucks your fingers. You're like, all right, sick.
All right, there's a mouth over there.
Yeah, you're like, all right.
Who could that be? We'll find out.
You're just like, excuse me, man, you got to shave your mustache.
Yeah.
But yeah, that you got to definitely secure the perimeter of a glory hole. I should have announced that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because that's like, you're right. If someone's double timing, although if someone's like, hey, excuse the shitty hand job, I'm getting fucked currently, I might be like, okay. That's welcome.
Again, there's no talking.
That's welcome
Matt.
news.
There's no talking.
That's welcome news.
You're
the glory
communicating in ways that you cannot in the glory hole world.
True.
There's only two options. You either pull your dick out.
True.
In an act of fucking protest.
Yeah.
But then you got to slide it back in and hope they got the message.
Well, my uncle has an eye patch. He's a trucker, and he did. You're not supposed to do this. You try to look into a glory hole, and they instantly poke your eye out.
Real? Yeah, you're not allowed to look in.
A lot of truckers with an eye. You see a trucker with an eye patch, you know he tried to peek into a glory hole.
Give it the old
dude.
Look
It's whoosh, you don't even see it coming, dude.
Like
it's a finger in the eye.
Like one of the Stooges, just quick.
Yeah, that's glory hole reflex, dude. See, no one's ever peeked into one successfully.
Imagine ever using a fucking glory hole.
I mean, dude, I was into glory hole porn for a while.
Crazy.
I used to love glory hole porn.
Glory hole porn is cool to see.
Sure.
But imagine.
Oh, sticking your dick into a hole and just hoping someone doesn't cut it off?
Yeah.
I mean, the rush must be exhilarating.
And just the guaranteed AIDS or whatever you're getting out of that.
Yeah, it's true. Would you rather drink from this, like drink directly from the Schuylkill, or what's the thing that flows around New York? The Hudson.
Yeah.
Hudson or Schuylkill, drink like a liter of water, or just stick it in a glory hole. Condom on.
Damn, that's a tough
lambskin condom on.
You like that?
That's a sick
I don't know. That's a tough one. I would go probably the water.
You drink Schuylkill water?
Yeah, you're just probably gonna get like fucking horrible diarrhea.
True.
That's probably the extent of it.
You could get a successful blowjob.
There is also that, or you could get your thirst quenched.
That's true.
You could have a nice glass of water.
That is true.
All right, we're flying. Let's talk Hong Kong, dude. That's what we came here to do.
I have to. Let me do.
Yeah, this is one of the more important messages of our time.
I mean, this guy, this might be the voice of a generation, dude. Let me find this dude.
This is our Train by Day, Joe Rogan by night.
Oh my God!
This is our new rallying call. I was on a plane when Matt sent me this, and I did not stop laughing. I was like very loudly laughing, like cackling, shaking. The dude next to me, and this was in the middle of the flight, so it was probably kind of unnerving. And it was it was a late night flight, so like people were like asleep and probably woke up to me like.
Did the guy see your screen?
No one saw it. No,
dude. This guy's an absolute freedom fighter.
Have you seen Donald Trump? Do you think he should step in? Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
Dude.
Play it again.
I mean, how fucking good is that?
I need it at all times.
It's literally probably the fun. I watched it 7 times in a row.
Have you seen Donald Trump? Do you think he should step in? Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
It's on the Reddit, dude. So you can see you see the guy is fucking behind like John Lennon circle shades, holding up a banner. And it looks a lot like the Chinatown Bus Express banner, just like a bunch of stuff scrawled on there. It's just him with like circle shades on, dude. And his face is just deadpan, dude.
It's awesome.
Hong Kong freedom fighter.
He's incredible.
He's calling for Trump, dude. But people like
Trump help.
Yeah, but
don't trust China. China's asshole.
China's asshole, dude.
China's asshole. Dude. What a
I was fighting with my girlfriend because she was like, "You're not even listening to me." I'm like, "Oh my God, I was watching this video." She's like, "What's so funny?" I showed it to her and she actually broke her. That video is so beautiful. It broke through the ice, dude. That is my girlfriend's very unnecessary wrath.
An icy bitch.
It thawed her, dude. That guy saying asshole, it literally
China is asshole. What a fucking line, dude.
I was saying yesterday, dude, how sick would that be if that became their sixth Semper Tyrannis, dude?
Yeah, when
rather like a rattlesnake and it's like China is asshole.
Have you ever? Taiwan has some good ones too.
What they have?
There's like a bunch of things like Taiwanese people playing video games. If you just yell like China's #1, they go nuts.
Really?
Yeah, you can find if you type in China's #1 on YouTube with like, they'd be like China not #1, China number 3, Taiwan #1.
Yeah, well, doesn't China like was it Taiwan that was like a slave colony for China? One of them was. I forget.
Hong Kong was.
That was imperial. That was British.
So the whole hubbub there is So in during the 1850s.
Raise your mic up a little bit.
I think the 1850s was the Opium Wars.
Yeah.
And
we broke them off.
England controls Hong Kong, and they had a century.
So England dropped
a treaty.
They dropped kratom on China and Hong Kong.
Hong Kong got some kratom, and they're like, "Oh, kratom is asshole." And so England controlled Hong Kong until 1997. That's when the treaty ended.
Okay.
In 1997, old Thatch Dog went over there. Thatcher talked to the Chinese. They chatted, and they agreed that to go from British control straight to Chinese would be tough because you lose all your rights.
Yeah.
So like Hong Kong has rights.
Sure.
They have like human rights, freedom of speech, things like that allow us such gems. Thank God.
Yeah, exactly.
Has the Constitution ever been more important?
How many people do you think have been shot from the China Communist Party for saying there's probably someone like, "Oh, China is asshole." Someone comes and snatches it over.
No.
There's so many people.
Just some dude in a bar, just like, "I have something to tell you." We are part of resistance. China is asshole. Immediately a spotlight.
Whole family wiped off the map, dude.
A lot of people have died for China is asshole.
Dude, that's a freedom cry, dude.
That's
That dude's
that's
modern day
Braveheart.
William Wallace.
That
dude.
is, dude.
Yeah.
He's on a horse. There's two Chinese, it's two Hong Kong dudes. Like, the Chinese are too many. We must go home. And he's like, China is asshole. And they're like, ah.
Dude.
So then they signed a treaty after 1997 where Hong Kong has autonomy until 2047.
What the fuck is
I
that?
think it was like, so they get to
Why the countdown?
to trying to ease them into dictatorship.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
like-
So they've been slowly taking their rights.
Yeah,
just like
and
we're
so
experiencing.
now they have their own elections, but Beijing gets to select like the committee.
Yeah, I heard
that
it was
votes.
a total farce.
So it's literally just whoever Beijing wants in.
yeah,
And now they're saying they said China's asshole.
yeah, because they try to. What
They
do
said
they
no
do? The
more.
thing where they can extradite. Now they can
You
extradite,
can extradite
them to,
people, and it's their government base. So they just
So it's fake. They're living in a fake democracy, sort of a more extreme version of our fake democracy.
yeah,
It's like
so much realer.
yeah, exactly.
I can get on a microphone and say
China's
someone
asshole.
should shoot Donald
Yeah.
Trump in the head, and everyone's
Yeah.
like, ha ha ha. If you go to Chinese and say,
Well, that's because the president doesn't matter. If you're like, if you found the dude in control and you're like, someone's got to take this person out, they'd be like, you would be dead. But yeah, true. It's much less. It's much less. It's very
Yeah.
much less. Like, dude, my so I was talking to my friend's brother, active troop. He's actually like a troop lawyer now. So he's like a lawyer for the Marines, and he does like rules of engagement kind of law, like which is so crazy now because what he was explaining to me was like the weaponry is so advanced that like, so if you're flying in formation, you can be locked on. But it used to be like the rule was if like when people were flying by like with a scarf and shit, and they would like, open fire, you could fire back. But now like you can die in a second. So like if you know there's anti-aircraft stuff on the ground, it's like technically that could be engagement because you have to wait till the guy in front of you blows up till you can engage. So like he was like talking about all that, but he was saying he went to China because he was in Japan. He was like, it's very well known that you don't bring your cell phone over there because the government takes as soon as you enter China, they take your cell phone and strip all your data off, and then they take all your personal information because they want to know if like CIA 3-letter agency guys are there. So like if you don't match up to like all this, they breached our intelligence systems, took like 80 million Americans' information because they're building a dossier to know if a foreign spy is in their thing. And that's what they were using their internet to do. So he's like, you bring a burner phone, you don't bring anything that has like any of your digital record because the first thing they do is steal all of your data as soon as you go in. And he was saying the Silicon Valley, like, so they get courted by the military a lot. The military will come shop and like, here's what we're looking for product wise. So, but the way it works is before you get funding, you got to show us how it works. And then, the American military in good faith will be like, cool, knock yourself out. We just have to make sure it works. So you're getting Chinese investors coming here and being like, show us the goods. And they're just like, thanks. And they leave and they steal the plans and reverse engineer it. And they're like,
China's asshole.
Asshole, dude.
Dude,
So like,
China is such asshole.
everyone's like, they're such fucking asshole because like they're manipulating currency, asshole, and then they're coming over here to like with money and then being like, thanks, yeah, and they just steal the thing and go home. And there's like in America in the court of like common law, you could sue them. They just go back to the Communist Party. And the fucking Shang Tsung is just like, dude, excellent, dude, fucking outstanding.
Yeah.
So it's like they're just not the reason that none of the they're like when people are like, well, they use China as like an example of like communism working. It's like, yeah, but they just completely disregard all of the rules of international law, all that stuff. Where it's like they fix their currency, they drop their currency, they steal fucking intellectual property constantly, which is funny. You get some like 24-year-old like graphic designer be like, it actually is a successful example, and they steal the whole portfolio. Like, oh fuck, goddamn it. So it's like they're just like they're going pure. They're just like us over them. Fuck the world. They can plan for 100 years at a time because the way this is what the guy was telling me. The way they move, they have 100-year plans. So they're just like whatever. They're just moving, dude. Like it doesn't matter. This whole like quarterly business shit. They're like, okay. Yeah. You guys keep doing you. We're going to keep... I'm reading a book right now. It's all about, like, cyber warfare and how we kind of started it fucking with Iran by, like, trying to, like, disengage their nuclear stuff. We were trying to, like, blow their stuff up, like, hack their stuff and have a meltdown. and how like everyone's in on it now. Like Russia's in on it, China's in on it, and this is like, and the way it works is no government wants to, like they set it up so it's kind of untraceable, but it's kind of obvious where it comes from. So like no one admits it, everyone does it in secret, and there's like crazy cyber warfare going on right now.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody really can talk about it because it's all classified. But then the guy's like, as I'm walking through the CIA building, I'm like, what the fuck? How did you gain access as a journalist into the CIA's building? Like, I want to write about your top secret programs. So I'm like kind of skeptical about the book, but it's pretty tight to read.
That is tight.
But he's like, as I walk through in Arlington, Virginia, and I'm here and I see the top officials, it's like, dude, okay. And you're writing a secret book about their secret fucking program? It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah. Well, you ain't.
What do you think? You're me, dude? Get the fuck out of here,
He's
dude.
not a real investigative
Get
journalist.
the fuck
Once
outta
you
here.
walk through the halls of the PPA,
Oh, dude, I'm consider me comped, dude.
that's an absolute compromise.
They could compromise me so easy, be like, you know, you owe us $4,500, so we're gonna fuck you.
Yeah. They're like, maybe
They gave me amnesty.
Maybe don't release that little document you're thinking.
Car's not my name, bro. They offered me amnesty. They were like, just give us like. My mom was so mad. They're like, give us like $100 and we'll forgive. They did it to everyone. We'll forgive all the debts. And I was like, PPA's asshole, dude. I didn't give him it.
Donald Trump, don't trust PPA. PPA's asshole.
I didn't give it to him. I was like, fuck that. My mom's like, don't be an idiot.
PPA is definitely
PPA's
asshole.
asshole, dude.
PPA has been.
What if I break the
asshole.
story and PPA is China,
you destroy
dude?
PPA?
PPA is Hawaii.
PPA could be China.
Hawaii. What's it called again? The 5G?
Hawaii?
No, what's the 5G shit called? Hawaii?
Oh, yeah.
Hawaii or
I
some
thought
shit?
you were talking about Hawaii.
No, Hawaii, no way.
You think Hawaii's in on it?
Nah. But yeah, dude, he was telling me that shit about China. He's like, dude, it's just like it's unlike anything. They don't play by any rules, and it's like these dudes are about it, dude.
Yeah, man.
He's like, they are, they're planning for the takeover.
I wonder if it didn't help us when we destroyed Japan. You know, the Japanese were over there.
They were fighting each other.
They were kind of keeping the Chinese in check. And by keeping them in check, I mean invading and raping them constantly.
True.
But once we killed all the Chinese...
That'll fill your daily planner.
That'll take up some time. You won't be able to make knockoff Apple Watches if you just keep getting raped.
But then how would people buy fake Gucci purses? You got to think about that.
I know. I do think about that. I lose sleep.
Yeah,
about
man.
all
You
those
got to think about all the people who can't afford high-end
broads.
fashion. And they want to wear knockoff. Wearing knockoff high fashion shit is like one of the most tragic.
It is crazy to see, and you can tell. You'll see like a black dude dressed like Soulja Boy, walking around with like crazy belts.
You'd be
shit.
surprised, dude.
I know how much of them are
That's,
real
for the
because
most
that's all
part,
of their money.
Yeah, for the most part,
Yes.
that's like that's the real deal. If you can snatch a G belt off a black dude walking around, take your shot, dude.
Yeah,
See, like a 23-year-old white chick, they start getting into the fakes. I guess you see a lot of like girls. I feel like buy a lot of the fake shit.
I
there's
think
a
a
black
lot of
dude-
the black dudes in the hood are
Dude,
definitely.
there's like black NSA to sniff out fake stuff.
Yeah, there's also
There's-
retarded guys
Yeah,
that
but
live
dude,
in the hood that are like, I'll wear anything.
no one stands to lose. True, but no one stands to lose more on fake fucking Jordans than a black dude in the hood. Because there's like a literal task force that's
Sure.
out looking constantly. My girlfriend's cousin got busted for wearing some Mexican mics, dude. He
Oof.
never lived it down. His number was 45. This is his baseball number.
He had the Michael Jordan number 45s.
He's like, fuck it, I like these, dude.
He came back a year. He wore it in the NBA.
Did he?
Wore 45.
Yeah, 45s, dude. Everyone was
That was
killing them.
not
dude.
a good time.
So yeah, there's lots of vigilance around fake stuff. I'm reading Chris Hedges' book right now, dude. It's so fucking good
On
about
what?
the it's something about like illiteracy, whatever his book is with the title of illiteracy in it. Dude,
Oh yeah, you sent me that.
yeah, man. He's going basically how we're just sliding down into like. So he's talking about like the Orwell's version of what's going to happen in Huxley, and Orwell was like China was the scary situation. We're going to be like just bullied into submission. Huxley was more like, no, we're going to be like coddled into submission with like a ton of unnecessary bullshit to where we don't know what's real. And it's like, China kind of went Orwell. We're kind of going Huxley.
Yeah.
To where, dude, the literacy rates have been dropping where it's like 42% of people out of college never pick up a book again. A third of the country is like functionally illiterate.
Well, 42 people they never pick up a book again because you don't need to anymore.
I mean, yeah, you do. You got to you got to keep refining yourself, dude. The world's changing all the time. If you don't pick up a book and you only watch TV.
No. I meant as far as entertainment goes. That's why people were reading. They weren't reading for refinement back then. They were reading to be like, I have nothing to do. Here's a story about a whale.
False.
False? Okay.
False. Way false. Yeah, dude. When Abraham Lincoln gave when his address, the Gettysburg Address, that was at like an 11th grade reading level. When George Bush spoke, it was at like a 7th grade reading level. So people were refining themselves to reading. And there was an advancement of knowledge that was like, it was sick.
The literacy rates are significantly higher now.
Yeah, but the national, like the way people present issues was at like a higher level. So people who could read were keeping themselves at like a higher standard.
Well, maybe they kept it at a higher level so that the population didn't know what the fuck they were talking
Literacy
about.
rates are declining too. I mean, yeah, they're
Not
higher
since
now.
1866.
But they spiked in the early 1900s, and now they're starting to decline. They're declining like precipitously.
In the early 1900s, literacy rates spiked.
No, right after slavery. Literacy rates spiked among black people right after slavery. Like
among black people?
Yeah, unbelievably so.
I thought you were talking about the population.
No, more people are literate, but it's bad. The literacy's dropping from, I don't know the exact time, but it's and even if the fact that like, I guess there's more and more people now, I don't know. But they're saying that there's like a good third of people can't really read at all. And the majority of things the public discourse has been dumbed down from an 11th grade level in Abraham Lincoln's time to for 8th graders.
And
basically.
I'm saying maybe they used to talk like that to make sure that it was only the people that were able to get education were making choices and listening to things like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I would go with that, but all the shit I hear like any politician talk about is just bullshit. So it's like if they were breaking down important concepts, like you guys got to understand this, but they're just like, look, you're about to be raped by Mexicans. Be weary, be on guard.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're like, because I like when authors do that when they write books for the masses. They're like, all right, my shit's too fucking esoteric. I'm gonna write a book that like everyone can get behind, but it's like. And again, this Chris Hedges is the ultimate like we're dead, we're doom and gloom. Bob, dude, he was talking about the show The Swan. Remember that? The reality show on Fox?
Yeah.
Do you know what that was?
Yeah, is that where the guy pretended not to be a millionaire?
No, dude. No. The Swan is, I know what you're talking about. The Swan is in the early, I think 2004. I
remember this.
So I remember vaguely when I read what it was, I was like, whoa, I forgot all about that. So like if you were a bae, you'd be like, I'm not pretty, my husband doesn't have sex with me. And they'd be like, all right. And they would arrange a team of plastic surgeons and give you surgery, personal trainers, psychiatrists, and they would give you like a 90-day makeover, and you would just come as like a new, like complete new jaw, breast implants, everything done, wardrobe
Didn't
change.
they like unveil you in front of your husband?
They unveil you in front of people.
They unveil you in front of a live audience?
Yeah, but then it's you versus another person. Whoever's prettier wins, and the one who's not pretty is like, they get their family's there.
They remove your tits.
The family, they give you a double mastectomy. The family's there, and it's like, oh, like they'd still be like, oh, here, your family's all here, but yeah, you lost. You don't get to go to the beauty pageant. So you have these people who are like crippling body image issues, and then you give them plastic surgery, and then you make them compete for who's prettier. So you have someone who has like still totally rocked from a lifetime of just not really liking themselves in a new body, and then they're like, you lose. Lasted 2 seasons, and they trashed it. That was 2004.
Dude, there was a show. We watched it on the bonfire. It was like you get hooked up to a lie detector before the show, and they ask you questions. And if you tell the truth, you advance. And the questions were like, did you cheat on your husband?
Remember that?
And they'd be like, yes. And they'd be like, that's true.
Yeah.
And then like the husband would be sitting on a couch right there, and he'd have like a button so you could skip a question.
Yeah.
If the question was too fucked up, you could skip it. But then the next, like the question would be like, did you cheat on your husband? He'd be like, skip. We don't need to know that. Don't worry about it, honey. Let's get some money, okay? And then the next question was like, have you ever fucked one of his work friends while he was gone? And it's like, well, I'm just going to say it. We're already this far. Yes. It's like, oh, God. Yeah, what was the name of that show? The whole show is
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Them just burning their family down.
Only lasted
for like $100,000.
Yeah, it lasted very short.
That was right around the same time as The Swan. There was a real push after Survivor to just come up with the most fucked up reality shows.
Yeah.
And that was like
that was
in that golden age of just pure fucking
who
hell.
cares? It was like, who cares?
But we're getting back to it with that PD. Live PD is fucked
What's
up.
PD?
It's a live cops.
Well, there's also Hookup Island or whatever that shit's called.
Live PD is like cops. Did you ever see NFL Red Zone?
No.
So NFL Red Zone is on the NFL Network. And
that's where they put it on if you're in the red zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, we got some crazy shit going on Arizona, San Diego. Let's check it out. And then you'll see someone score a touchdown.
So when someone's not in the red zone, it's just like a meth head being arrested?
No, so this is just them.
Like, fuck, someone's about to get a touchdown.
This is the exact same format. It's a dude. There's like 3 cops in a fucking studio, and they're like, "All right, we're getting some news from Grand Rapids. Let's go check out. Let's see what's going on there." And it goes to live cops where they're arresting people. Dude, I did a show in Providence, and a guy in the audience punched the GM and ran out, and he got arrested on live PD. It was real. You want to talk dystopian?
What?
Orwellian?
That's crazy.
It was exactly like 19. Like it was,
Yeah.
The whole. We were like, holy shit! That guy just got arrested on national television.
What the fuck?
At the wild, bro.
Yeah, well, that's what the Hedges book is about. Is it how like that's the only thing left is like getting access to like television, and like how that's like the only portal for like left for meaning for Americans. How like it's like celebrity culture, television. How like he was showing these shows, how people will just like literally incinerate their families for like a second in that spotlight, and how all those reality shows are pumping out like fuck everybody, getting ahead's the only thing that matters. And he's like, that's our like it's our literal like religion right now. So I hate when people always try like this is a new religion, but he was like that's kind of our substitute for religious values, and we're in like a total downslide.
This guy's a real downer.
Hedges spent his whole time. He's a fellow investigative journalist. He spent his entire I think he spent like 25 years in active war zones where countries were like where regimes were being toppled. I think he was in like Bulgaria somewhere. He like watched like an Eastern European government fall. He went to another place, another government got overthrown. So he spent years over there watching societies collapse. And then he came to America, and he was like, "This is all eerily familiar." So he was like, "We're in decline. We're sliding down.
I don't like it.
Studied this for 25 years. This is what happened over there when they're about to." Dude, Hedges stuff. He's the ultimate. He's a black pill Pez dispenser, dude.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I'm reading his book. I'm just going, oh, Jesus, oh my God.
Yeah, sitting around and being like, because the literacy thing is not true.
Well, I could also be mischaracterizing it, but he's saying that basically we're being dumb. The discourse is dumbed down.
The discourse is dumbed down. All right, the discourse is dumbed down.
The education is dumbed down, too.
The discourse is dumbed down for a pretty obvious reason, which is because now it's entertainment, and now it's meant to reach everybody.
Yeah, but even the education protocol is dumbed down. Dude, people used to learn, like, all the classical language. If you went to school, you went to school. If you didn't go to school, you just worked. But now it's like everyone kind of goes to school, but everyone gets a bullshit education. Before, you would, like, learn the classics, learn mythology, learn history, learn philosophy. Now they're like state capitals, arithmetic. You're fucking out. So we're getting a bullshit education.
You think education's asshole?
Education, asshole, dude. I didn't learn shit.
Then, yeah, but there's pros to all of these. There's pros to all of these huge problems.
What?
Like you were forced to learn cursive and the fucking Iliad. Who gives a fuck?
That's the problem.
Okay, so back then, yeah, you did get to know the classics. Now, become a computer programmer.
Yeah, true.
So there's
room for both. That's the thing. I didn't even learn about fucking computers. So like they could have taught me about computers. I could have learned like the books I'm reading right now, and this even goes for my school now. Like I'm learning more off Audible than I am in my fucking school. Where it's like I could have learned like that book, All the Shining Things, is like the progression of Western thought encapsulated in a quick book. Where now I go, okay, cool. That's a useful piece to be able to be like, where did our thinking come from? How were certain lines of thinking revolutionized? Where are we at now? You don't learn any of that. It's just kind of like how to be basically an effective like factory worker, which is fine. It's whatever.
Yeah,
dude.
We don't need more philosophers. We need more factory workers.
No, they're done. We need more philosophers now.
We need
more philosophers that can make killer content.
Well, yeah, that's what we are.
Heard that? No, that's true.
I was literally a factory worker. So, yeah,
you're 8 Mile, dude.
Factory work. Yeah, 8 Mile in the ice cream factory. Yeah, that's. I don't know. Anytime somebody writes books like that or like says shit like that, where it's like, this is it. This is the end. This is like the end of the Roman Empire. They've been saying that forever. It's the same people that are saying this is the end of the world.
Well,
They've been saying that
forever is a couple hundred years, and it took the Roman Empire a couple hundred years to fall. So I think we are in decline.
They're not saying that about like a couple. They haven't been saying that a couple hundred years about the United States. The United States is a couple hundred years old.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
when did they start saying it? Like
everybody always, dude. They're literally always saying like the end is nigh, forever.
Well, check.
One of these times they're going to be right, but
check this out. No. It's not like he's like we can pull out of it, but he was like, we're so enmeshed in basically all the bullshit. And there was like, dude, there was this other thing I started watching. This was really, really good. It's Mark Blythe. It's Global Trumpism, the future of the global economy. He was saying how every 30 years, basically in any capitalistic system, it like there's like he calls like the hardware and the software. So like in the 70s, it was like labor was a strong force. Like I think the labor pool owned like 75% of the wealth. You know, and like everything was worked out to where like, you know, that worked. It reduced unemployment, but then inflation rose. So then like he's like every 30 years a bug will present itself and it has to be fixed. And then we went to like the neoliberal approach where it's like, all right, we're going to just like stop keeping money in a country and just start putting it everywhere. And that way like something like production skyrocketed, but the price of labor is supposed to increase with production. That stopped. So labor stagnated and the production skyrocketed. So all the wealth has been concentrated in like the hands of very few. That is our literal situation right now.
Yeah, we have a problem with too many, not enough. There's too many fucking like billionaires, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean it's like, also it'd be cool. They can
less
say
than 1% of the 1%.
Well, that's the problem now, and that's like what we're facing. There's Trump-like figures popping up around the world because this happened kind of.
India has some great ones.
Do they really?
India has some fucking hilarious.
They have Indian Trumps?
Dude, every billionaire. So all these third world countries are all new money. So they are not handling it great.
Shit.
Like in America and like England and shit, when you're a billionaire, it's like, I'm a Vanderbilt. I've been blah, blah, blah. Like there's a certain level of prestige. Dude, these Indians get money. They're like, I burn $1 million a day on Instagram. It's like, yes.
They go wild?
Yeah, they're great. I mean, it's like Dubai.
Yeah, it's
like those dudes with like golden Ferraris. They like suck our fucking dicks, dude.
But that he was saying, I didn't watch the whole entire thing. It's really good so far. The guy I think used to be a comedian. He was saying now how there's so many leaders.
He sucks.
He's sick, dude. This guy is so good.
If he used to be a comedian, he stinks.
Boss, dude. This guy's a boss.
My bad. I was like, why is he defending that so much? Oh yeah,
dude. He's a boss, dude. I'm telling you, this guy's great.
Yeah.
He goes and basically gives like a presentation on the history of, you know, like a short history of capitalism, how now like every 30 years or so, if you watch like the graphs, it bugs out and hits a hard dip. He's like, that's because there's too many new factors entered into an old system, and the system needs to be continually changed. So right now, he's like, our problem is like the wages have just stagnated, and all the production or the people at the top with who are like the capitalists basically are like lending out money, like the finance class. They're getting all the gain from all the production, and the wages are just flat rated. And he was like, people are just not having it. So when they're saying like Trump is coming just because of racism, it's like, sorry, bro. And think about who stands to gain from being like, yeah, don't listen to Donald Trump's economic stuff. It's just racism. Not even like he's going to save us all. He's just tapping into all this discontent. He's like, oh, I can definitely just run I can just run a populist fucking thing.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
But when people try to reduce him, when all the major news, think about why all these newspapers are so against him. He's trying to smash this economic system that's basically, you know, the people who own the New York Times, Jeff Bezos, Washington Post, stand to gather off so much, because the people who were just like the labor pool used to have so much of the money, and now they have a lot less. I think it was like 63%. Now it's 57%. So they lost like a significant portion, but it doesn't seem like a big deal. But when production rose that much, they didn't get any of that.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a big deal, and it's basically worldwide. So you're having all of these wild men pop up, and it's just like people like it's just racism. It's like, dude, it's just not. Yeah. I mean, that's one effective tool, obviously, but it's like it's a lot deeper than that. People just want to be like, yeah, there's just like a bunch of there's like literally a narrative that there's a bunch of like dormant KKK people who are just like loaded and chilling, who are like, finally, it's time to come out.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, dude, sorry, no, it's not the fucking case. So that guy's thing. That guy's presentation's awesome. Really fucking good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'm stoked on that.
That's sick.
I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, Trump. He's doing battle with China.
Dude, we're
going
to war with China. We're going
some decent clips of him talking shit to China.
I mean, dude, we're going to go to war with China. That's
being like, look,
what it is.
I know short term it might not be good, but we got to do this long term.
I mean, dude, it's going to be. I don't know how we're even going to do it.
I don't know anything.
Did you see the thing? I think I saw this in New York. I was in New York for a wedding. I was in Brooklyn. I saw a thing on like, you know, Brooklyn has like woke advertisements just like fucking posted up everywhere.
Yeah.
There was a thing that was like, "Dear America, walls aren't the answer. Signed, Germany." It's like, you guys think walls are what people were giving you guys gripe
who do you
about?
think? First off, who knocked down that wall? You ungrateful fucking krauts. Who knocked it down? You dirty krauts.
Dude, and they're like, oh yeah, like we tried walls. It's like, yeah, that's not what you guys are really known for, guys. Don't be all humanitarian. You guys still got to sit on the sidelines, dude.
It's like, oh, you mean the wall that the communists built in your country? Yeah.
Oh,
that one.
I wish I had the historical context, dude. All I could think about was the fucking, I was like, you guys genocided the Jews.
It's like you guys are more known for...
You're going to get morally righteous?
It's kind of like fences and barbed wire. And like shacks.
But so the Communist Party built that wall?
Yeah, it was East Berlin and West Berlin.
Dude, that's
so
funny.
After World War II, we split Berlin. The Soviets got East Berlin, we got West Berlin. The Allies got West Berlin.
Yeah.
So then everybody was trying to get to the fucking West, so you didn't live under Stalin.
Pretty much people don't want to live under communist rule for the most part.
Never.
They don't. They
So-
try to escape it. So
so
communism pops up.
they
People are like,
built a wall.
yes.
Yeah.
And then they get walled in. They're like, no.
Oh, fuck. And then the other side has like cool ads because it's like buildings. So you see like, oh, fuck, they got Coca-Cola? What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
We're stuck here with gruel.
Well, it's really like they have creative expression and we don't. And it's the literal. And dude, it's a big fucking deal
Yeah, man.
to not have like. Even like I said, even if the whole thing goes, and again, if it's going to get into, if you're a communist, it's going to become a totalitarian nightmare. If you go full capitalist, a bunch of people are going to get rich. Most people are going to kind of suck, is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's like, pick your fucking poison, dude. Again, if I was in control, I think I could come up with a third way. Actually, they'll probably kill me like they did Gaddafi, but I think I could figure out a different way.
Oh, no.
Isn't that funny, though? It's like, dear America, walls aren't the answer. Love Germany. It's like, okay, you guys, what are you guys known for your wokeness?
Germany, it hasn't even been a century.
You guys did the most recent genocide in Europe. Also,
No, they didn't. But yeah.
who's the most recent genocide? When did the Armenians get genocide?
The Armenians
They got
genocide.
G'd up hard.
They got G'd up hard, but that was World War One.
Okay, so
But the genocides like Bosnia, we went over there to help the Muslims.
so the Muslims are getting
The Muslims were
genocided
getting genocide. That's
by
what
the
Bosnia-
Bosnians.
Yeah, all of Eastern Europe was none too pleased with the Muzzies,
Really,
so they started killing them, and we came over and protected the Muzz.
really.
Yeah, bro.
Like, hey, back off, dude.
Yeah, we're like
Only we can bully the Muzz. It's like our little brothers, dude. Who are like, hey, man,
yeah.
we fuck with them, but only us can.
So that was Clinton. I'm trying to think the last European genocide.
Damn, Bosnia did it.
Yeah, it was like the '90s, early '90s.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I mean, they definitely
but
have.
again, that wasn't Western white people.
Gotcha.
That's what the big thing about the Holocaust was.
Yeah,
You know,
it was.
pretty much white on white. It was like they look exactly like us and act exactly like us, the Germans and the Jews.
Yeah.
So it's weird to see them kill it. Like Rwanda, it's like, yeah, all right, who gives a fuck? Tutsis and fucking Hutus or whatever.
Yes, that's
I can't relate to that at
that's
all. but
ongoing. That's ongoing genocide as well.
Rwanda? I don't think so.
They stopped.
They
they
fucking
chilled.
ended that one. Yeah, Don Cheadle fucking locked it down.
John Cheadle stopped.
Cheadle
Did he
ended
fly
it.
over in the iron
He
suit
did,
and was
dude.
like,
Yeah, he was like, "Come chill at my Holiday Inn." That was the movie. And then, yeah, there's a bunch of genocides going on right now, but it's in Africa and like,
yeah.
yeah.
What? So how do you start?
China is
They're fucking up Muslims.
they're rounding
too.
up the Muzz into like camps and shit, so that's no good.
Man, that's crazy.
India, Pakistan's about to go to fucking war. That was one that's like, that's a hotbed.
That's
That's
not-
always been bad, but
Yeah, India, Pakistan.
India, they're the battle over fucking bobs, dude.
I feel like.
Fucking bobs over Baghdad. They're sending bobs.
So you think? I just wonder, like, India is like, is Pakistan just like square ass India? They seem like a real serious version of India.
India is they're both very serious.
I feel like India kind of does like, yeah, they do the fucking, you catch them in a train station, some dude will like dance for a chick.
They have, at least they have Bollywood, yeah.
Pakistan doesn't.
Pakistan is more like sheltered, Osama bin Laden, chill.
So they don't have any musical routines?
No, Pakistan has, they got Kumail Nanjiani or whatever, dude from Silicon Valley.
Does he?
He's
Has
Pakistani.
he ever done like a dance number type thing?
I don't know if he has.
I'm just trying to learn
I
about the
met
culture.
some-
I'm trying
I
to
met-
learn about the culture, dude.
Pakistan has Pakistan has decent ballers. I worked with a Pakistani. He was the man.
I'm not saying that I hate Pakistanis.
No,
but
I don't think you do. But
culturally, or I feel like Pakistan is
they're
way
just-
more serious.
so that was another.
Excuse me, I'm trying to learn about the culture,
genocide.
Shane.
That was another genocide.
Who?
India and Pakistan.
Who G'd who?
So they G'd each other hard. So I guess that's not a genocide.
That's a
It's
war,
just killing people. It was just people on people. It wasn't even military, really.
Yeah, genocide is like the Germans. They again.
Both claim genocide on this, though. India and Pakistan. Because they were just atrocities.
You think anyone was like, you genocided us first?
Yeah.
You fucking genocided us first?
That's exactly what they're doing.
I didn't fucking genocide
Well, Pakistan wasn't a country.
Yeah.
There were Muslims and Hindus in India.
How many people do you need for a G?
For a genocide?
Yeah. Is it 1,000? Is that where saying I have a G comes from?
I don't know what the number is.
What is it, though? I guess if you have to
I
be
have
like...
no idea.
I guess if you call your shot... If you Babe Ruth it, like, I'm
it's
killing these people, and then kill a couple.
From
like
the
genocide.
government, it has to be like a systematic,
Yeah.
I bet it can be, but if it's a government targeting a race or...
Dude.
Ethnicity or religion.
You know what's funny, too? In terms of the Holocaust, that was in secret at first, right?
Yeah.
So there was German conspiracy theorists who were like, we are killing the Jews, and people were like, come on, dude.
There were Jews.
True.
That were saying they're killing us.
They're going to come kill us. Yeah, I heard about that.
And the other Jews were like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah, dude. Think about that. Be like, oh, dude, get your fucking tinfoil hat off. Then you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, fuck. Isn't that wild? Think about the conspiracy theorists back then. Be like, dude, I don't know. It seems like, I swear I saw them going into them, and they're around. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, that's what the book Night opens up
well,
with.
You gave me that. They're the guy who like came back.
Dude escaped and got to the next town and was like, they just put us all in a ditch and shot us. And everyone was like, you're drunk. And then they woke up in a ditch like, God damn it. Yeah. Well, that's all they could do is be like, no.
Yeah. That's true.
You know?
If someone told me like they're coming down to get me, actually, I'd probably be like, let's go. Let's fucking
If
roll.
somebody came into this, like, all right, so Shaner.
Yeah.
Shaner breaks in and is like, yo, yeah, they're rounding up dudes in North Philly. They're coming to West Philly next. I'd be like,
I'd be like,
shut
okay.
the fuck up.
I would listen to him.
Yeah, I know you would.
If someone came in and was like, hey, I just came from the other town, they're murdering us, I'd be like, okay.
All right, but you don't live in like 1930s Poland. There's some real dumb fucking idiots roaming the hills.
True.
So this is a dude, and in the book they're like, we thought he was an idiot. Yeah. He was an idiot by 1930s Poland standards. Yeesh. That's the dumbest guy.
How did he get out?
He was so dumb, dude. He was crafty.
True,
he was so dumb. I forget in the book if he said he played dead. Played possum on him.
Damn.
But yeah. Yeah, there's some good wild shit on Amazon's burning. You see that?
Oh, the Amazon's on fire. Yeah,
the Amazon.
Bolsonaro's calling. He's saying it's eco-terror. He was just like, these are just like environmental groups lighting it on fire on purpose, which is like
really that's a bold move.
He's calling it an environmental false flag.
He's getting his own conspiracies going.
Yeah, he's getting them rolling, dude.
That's a good way to fight.
Also, it's funny to think about a fucking a conservationist being like, let's burn down a quarter of the rainforest. And it's like, dude, get the fuck
finally
out
some attention.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's just deforestation.
Also, why does that even need a? Why doesn't someone be like, all right, we'll dump some water on it? Be like, this is fucking obviously my political enemies lighting the rainforest on fire.
I know.
It's like, dude, no one would have blamed that on you.
Yeah, we got to fight this. Well, it is his fault.
Why?
Because he sold all the fucking land, and they're. So the reason it's burning is because of the deforestation.
Fuck.
This is all them. Like, dude, I think McDonald's has a fucking like several states worth of land in the Amazon of just cows. And like they just clear it out, and then fires start.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So it's all deforestation.
So it is his fault.
It literally is that guy's fault.
Fuck.
His whole campaign was like, we're gonna start making some fucking money, dude. We're gonna start mining and all that shit in the Amazon.
You know all these fucking trees, dude.
Yeah, he's like, I'm sick of these fucking trees.
Well, imagine being.
Who cares about bugs and frogs and shit, dude?
Imagine being that cock.
Let's get guap.
Imagine being that cock if someone's like, no, you do like the whole planet needs this rainforest, and you're like, pussy.
Yeah.
Like, bitch.
Oh, the world needs oxygen? Fuck you guys, dude. I need money. Let's go. That guy's awesome.
I mean, that's some fucking. That is some like. I wish sometimes I was just like.
Did you see that? Did you see that video of Sao Paulo?
No.
It was dark at 2 p.m. because of the smoke. It was nighttime in a major city.
Damn.
That's how big this fire is. It's like scary to look at.
What?
At 2 p.m. in Sao Paulo, I think it's like their most populous city.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, it was pitch black.
What?
Yeah, bro.
And he's
Scary.
like clearly the work of my political enemies.
Very spooky times. I mean, it could have been a video from Night that someone was just like, this was 2 p.m. But I think it was real.
Probably was.
Seemed pretty real.
I would say, yeah. Especially, dude, that guy's response killed me, dude. It's like
claiming eco-terrorists?
I mean, it's a false flag.
He's an eco-terrorist.
It's an eco-terrorist false flag to frame him. So the pesky environmentalists are like, well, we'll burn down a bunch in the rainforest.
Yeah.
And then we'll get them
You
talking.
know the one thing we're trying to protect? We're going to bring you down.
Yeah, man. Well, dude, I'm telling you, this is why these kind of people are rising up, though. It's just like, again, you know, me and Chris Hedges obviously are on the cutting edge, but it's like people are being dumbed down. People are being fucked economically. And then a guy comes who's like, fuck pussies. And everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know.
It's too late. It's
Idiocracy.
Happening. It's happening.
Like that movie. Like, it is not. But there is different forms of literacy, obviously.
Yeah.
So, like, sure, a kid can't read fucking Moby Dick, but he can operate an iPad.
Yeah, then he just selects a propaganda video, watches it, and is like, fuck yeah.
Sure, but you could have selected a propaganda book, like the Protocols of Zion.
True.
So, I mean, it's just a different form of, you know.
Yeah, I see. I don't know.
I read a
People
book. There's a book called, like, Everything Bad for You is Good.
What's that?
It's the guy kind of arguing, like, video games have a ton of benefits. TV has a ton that, you know?
Yeah.
So,
dude, TV having a ton of benefits. People can miss me with that. You know what I'm into right now?
Documentaries are good.
Self-help books with curse words in the title.
That helps.
That's my shit, dude. The subtle art of not giving
I thought that was the name of the book.
What?
That's my shit.
Well, the one is
how to kick ass.
One's get your shit together, and the other one's the subtle art of not giving a fuck.
I mean, that's Jordan Peterson with a swear word.
Literally.
It's like, clean your fucking room.
Clean your room, bitch.
Make sure your dick is clean. Wash your dick every morning.
That's just, dude, I'm telling you, you write a self-help book and put a curse word on the title. If you get it out by tomorrow, someone will pick that up and give you probably $40,000 for it.
Yeah, but most of the girls that I've dated
would read.
Girls love those books.
Get your shit
That was
together.
the Mexer's girlfriend was searching for that.
What?
She just kept. She's like, I fucking hate self-help books, and she kept reading them.
There was the other ones
funny.
like be a bitch.
Yeah,
be a bitch.
Dude, could you please be a bitch? Are you trying to make more money right now? Be a fucking bitch to everybody around you. It's all that shit's disgusting. Gary Vaynerchuk, all that.
Yeah. Dude, I was telling you about Joel Osteen, dude. I saw him.
Oh, yeah, you went and saw Joel Osteen.
Saw Joel Osteen, yeah. Woodman had tickets, dude.
Oh, bro, I ran into fucking Bill Nye.
Huh? You punch him?
I ran into Bill Nye the Science Guy.
You punch him?
Dude, I'm sorry to cut. I met some some hot celebs.
What the fuck are you doing?
I
Yeah,
met
you're
The
in
Weeknd.
California.
I hung out with The Weeknd.
What?
Yeah.
Was he doing cocaine?
No, it was funny
All he
because
talks about is cocaine.
so at the store in the green room, and there's like a bar. There's like a back bar for like comics and like hot ass celebs.
Yeah.
And Andrew, so I was in the green room for the first show I did there last week. And, you know, I was nervous. It's the store. That's a place I've always wanted to perform.
That's the one that's Lubuda is special there, right? It's in black.
Yes.
Looks kind of intimidating.
That's Rogi's. That's Rogi's headquarters.
Yeah.
So I'm in the green room, and all these comics kind of, you know, they do that thing where they don't talk to you if they don't know you.
Sure.
Which I never understood. Because if I know everyone in the green, like let's say you, me, and Beezer are in a green room.
Yeah.
And somebody else is in there. I'm not just going to keep having a conversation with you two. I'm going to be like, what's up, dude? Where are you from? What do you do?
It's the weirdest thing in the world, dude. It's so weird.
To me, it's it. But then Andrew Santino came in. Great dog, dude.
Yeah.
You would like this guy.
He's the man?
Yeah. Santino.
Yeah.
Good bull.
Really?
He came in, scooped me up. He was like, let's go fucking chill, dude. Let's get some beers. We went down, and then I scooped up the Mexter. So it was me, Mecky, Santino. We go down the green, or that bar, and there's like a squad of clearly famous dudes.
Yeah.
I just didn't know who the fuck they were.
Sure.
The Weeknd cut his hair.
I was about to say, he's easy to catch.
No, The Weeknd, if he had his hair, I would have known.
Sure.
Instead, he was just like a chubby black dude sitting on a stool. I didn't even think he was the alpha.
He was
I
Dingling,
shook
dude.
my hand to like one of his drivers.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, dude, it's nice to meet you. And then when I shook The Weeknd's hand, I don't even think I made eye contact. Like, I big timed him. I was like, what's up, dude? How are you? I was like, hey, I'm Shane. Hey, I'm Shane. Hey, I'm Shane. He got the exact same treatment as like everybody in there. And then one dude that was wearing like a sweater and a chain, I was like, what's up, man? It's really nice to meet you.
Who was it?
I don't know.
It was just some random
I hit
ass
the wrong
dude?
guy.
Oh, that's so
I hit the wrong guy in
funny.
his squad. And then I'm sitting over there, and Mecky's like, that was The Weeknd. I'm like, The Weeknd's white? Because the guy I shook hands
Super
with was
light-skinned?
like, yeah. And I was like, is The Weeknd a band? Because I thought I saw The Weeknd, and he was
funny.
like, he cut his hair, and then I was like, oh, that's the guy that's like, I know she'll be the death of me. But I sang it loud enough that they like looked over, and I was like, oh fuck.
That's
And
so
then
funny.
the next night I was at the Improv, did a set, and Bill Nye was there, and Bill Nye has the same. He was with my agents.
Yeah.
He's under the same reps, and he
Don't
came
knock
up
it
and
off.
like, when he walked up to me, I was like, dude, global warming is a fucking hoax, and he was a fan. He liked my stand up.
That's awesome.
Which was hilarious because I was like, I think I have an episode of my podcast dedicated to how much of a fucking tool Bill Nye is. And I meet him, I'm like, yo, man, what's up?
Dude, I would love to meet Bill Nye.
He was funny. Bill Nye was funny.
What did he
was a
do?
Cool fucking. Well, also,
Why were we mad at him again?
he had that episode of he had a show on Netflix, and he had like a whole episode
right.
of like, yo, gender is just made up. And then there was
Forgot
a
about
girl.
that.
I forgot about it. There was a girl. Fuck, who was it? There was like a female comedic actress or a comedian that
Yeah.
did like a gender rap song on his show.
Right.
It was something that was,
was
just
it sucked.
so bad.
It sucked. He put out trash. He got busted. It's
He
fine.
put out trash and
It's
I
garbage.
think- yeah, get that junk out of here,
Yeah,
dude.
it's junk. That's
Bill
what
Nye
it
the
was.
junk guy, dude. Get the junk out of here.
He backed up a trash truck and dumped
Dude.
some junk down on Netflix.
Bunch of
It
junk down
happens,
our
dude.
throat. Dude, Bill Nye's asshole.
He might
was
have-
asshole.
He was asshole.
Now he's the man, dude. He's the fucking. First off, he loved my stand up, which is
I
great.
mean, that is the absolution of anything.
And then he was like, when we started, I was like, dude, you fucking fat cat scientists trying to come up with global warming's a hoax,
oh,
dude.
it's so funny.
All you fat cats lining your pockets. He was a good sport. He was
yeah,
funny.
dude. That's so fucking funny.
And then he demanded a selfie.
What's his next move?
And then I think someone was like, Bill Nye invented the selfie. And I was like, first off, no.
Yeah.
I think the guy with the first camera did.
Yeah, dude.
For sure.
Exactly.
But they're like, yeah. He's some guy developed a picture of him. Like,
yeah, why? It's such a fucking bullshit.
yeah.
Who was
It was some broad.
Who was this Bill
Some
Nye
lady.
mega fan spreading
Some lady.
disinfo?
Some lady. But Bill Nye has some mega fans, dude. That was like,
Really?
the whole place was buzzing.
Bill Nye get pussy?
Definitely.
DeGrasse was getting pussy.
Bill Nye definitely gets pussy. Dude, Bill Nye and like DeGrasse, they're celebrities.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a fucking show on Netflix. He gets snizzed.
DeGrasse got jammed up.
He got jammed. Jammed him. He got caught with an little inside heat.
Jammed him.
Jammed him on that one. Dude. Bill Nye was the man, and then saw Rogies.
Was
Saw
Rogies
all
up
of
in
them.
there?
Yeah.
What was he doing?
Rogies was being rogues.
Jacked as fuck.
Rogies was being jacked as fuck. Then he got off stage and watched. It was cool to watch him watch Joey Diaz in like the small room there. It was cool, man.
He was leaning against
The
the wall
Comedy Store
watching.
was the coolest fucking place ever.
Gotta be awesome, dude.
The Comedy Cellar's asshole.
Comedy Cellar's ass.
Comedy Cellar's asshole. Comedy Cellar.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Comedy Cellar #1. Or no.
Comedy Store.
Comedy Store #1.
Number
Comedy
one.
Cellar asshole. The Stand. The
Comedy
Stand.
Cellar is asshole, dude.
Comedy Cellar's asshole.
Compared to dude,
Until
Bill
I get past there and we have to delete this episode.
dude, if they brought you to a room like we like you, but you called us ass hair.
Oh, I'd be like, dude, you guys are asshole.
If you had to be like, guys, I always want to apologize to everybody. I called Comedy Cellar asshole, and I did.
yeah. No, the Comedy Cellar's obviously fucking sick, but the store,
I mean, dude,
Comedy Cellar's sick.
it's not as good. It's like Disney World versus Universal theme park kind of. You're telling me there's just little better attractions there. Maybe
This-
a little bit better mood going on there.
Well, that's the thing. The store is like, it is electric.
yeah,
Like
it's fun.
it's the whole, every room is fucking packed.
Oh, that's awesome.
Every single room. There's like 4 rooms there.
yeah.
They're all packed. Every room, Rogies is fucking hopping around. It's
Yeah.
fucking sick.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah. Did Kill Tony. That was fucking fun.
That was fun. I watched
That was fun, dude.
That was awesome.
Again,
I mean, you're just quietly
Tony
doing
Hinchcliffe.
fucking
Tony
sick ass
Hinchcliffe
stuff.
is the man.
Really?
What a never cast.
Yeah, it's like
just off the fucking, just by, I knew it. I discovered it at Skankfest.
yeah when
That
he was doing the
Hinchcliffe
song.
was the dog.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah, but dude, it's people
under the
love him.
radar dog, dude. Hinchcliffe, Santino, yeah.
Yeah, because there
Good
was
Bulls.
he was getting a lot of hate. People were hating on him, but it is what it is, dude.
Yeah, it's just some of the stuff was kind of corny.
Yeah,
But,
whatever, dude.
whatever, dude.
Exactly.
It's
It's a good show. That show, Kill Tony, is a fucking
Shab came through.
sick ass show. Really?
Fucking giant.
He's a big boy.
I didn't see him perform or anything, but he just.
You talked to him about his UFC fight record?
No.
Should have talked about.
I should have Nate Diaz'd him.
Like, yeah, he ran away in the ring, right?
He would have.
I can't believe that dude put a documentary, like an hour-long documentary, just trashing him.
Oh my god,
dude! It's like the funniest part. I forgot to say this is when that guy talked about when Job mentioned people gaming wasn't a hustle. That guy's like voice broke, and he was like, and he's gonna say like sitting down and playing video games 12 hours. But he showed a video of like him running away in the ring, and he's like, it's just some dude put out a thing of you doing that. It's like, dude, that would piss me off so bad.
Yeah, especially because it's a sport. It's like running away in the ring is like.
He's like, I made the right decision. But
it's like fucking kneeling the ball in football.
Yeah. Well, it's also a fight too. So there's like you can win on the scorecard, or you can have people. You can get your face bashed in. Like all these people are like, you got heart.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'd rather.
I can't talk shit because in baseball, I don't think I ever didn't jump out of the box once. Like that ball would come at me, and I was like, no.
Dude, if you're getting beat up,
yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
Get away.
Dude,
Waste the clock, dude.
I know.
It's funny how I'm always like that watching a fight where I'll be like, why don't they got to knock him out. They got to go for the knockout. They're losing the fight.
Yeah.
They're not going to go for the fucking knock. They're getting fucking pummeled.
Yeah, and there's a guy who's kicking their ass.
They're kicking their ass, and now you got to try to knock him out.
It's scary
because you're gonna get laid out.
You're just trying not to get knocked out. So if you're like, all right, I'm gonna take a break from like being terrified of this person who's clearly stronger and better at me at fighting, and I'm gonna just get the one that gets them. It's like,
yeah, it's not gonna happen
unless you're kind of like retarded. That helps. If you're just like dumb as fuck and you're just like,
I gotta go for the knockout.
Diaz
goes for it. Did you watch those fights?
Which ones?
Diaz just fought.
Hey, did he win?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was Diaz dominant. Dude, there is a fight. Yoel Romero versus this Brazilian dude, Costa.
Yeah.
And it's one of the funniest fights you'll ever see. Yoel Romero, do you remember him? Giant, jacked black dude from Cuba.
Yes,
huge.
I kind of do, yeah.
Like traps to his ears.
Yeah.
He literally looks like he has a turtle shell. Yeah. Like that's how he's built. He's built like that. But then Costa's huge too. Costa wasn't a fighter. He was a bodybuilder for a while. So
I kind of remember Costa. Right? I think I've heard of him before.
It was such a funny fight. Dude, the fight starts, they're like jumping in the air, throwing punches, like flying around. Yoel Romero gets caught in the first round, gets like knocked out, falls face first, starts getting hit. He comes back, gets back up. They start throwing punches again. Yoel Romero literally goes, look over there. Points.
Stop,
having just been knocked out,
Stop.
He goes, look over there, and knocks the other guy out.
What?
The other guy gets up, and they both laugh. It's the fucking funniest fight you'll ever see.
And they're just like two jack dudes who are like
giant jack dudes, clearly both, I would say, clearly roided.
Sure.
Just not literally knocking each other out back and forth, and then getting up and being like,
who won? It was like Bebop and Rocksteady, dude.
It really was, dude. Costa won on decision.
It's funny because they always use a fight on the show too.
Costa won on decision, but they were like taunting each other and laughing the entire
Holy
fight.
Fuck.
And then Cormier versus Miocic was fucking sick.
That was good. Yeah.
Dude, in the end of the fight, Cormier was winning the whole time. And then all of a sudden Miocic like figured out he could just throw a body hook. It's like when you're playing UFC, like when you're playing a video game and the other guy doesn't know how to like block the leg. And you just keep throwing it. And it's like, stop, dude, stop. All of a sudden Miocic was just like, oh, I can just hook him in the belly.
Yeah.
And was just throwing like haymakers to this dude's belly.
Oh.
And after the third one, it was like, all right, he's going to be dead now.
He hit him with like the Sub-Zero slide kick.
He hit him with the slide kick like 5 different times.
What a dick.
Yeah. And then,
so they had to call the fight because he was getting punched in the stomach.
Well, he was getting punched in his belly, and then he was dead. So then Miocic just fucking. It was ugly at the end.
What?
This is the same. Fucking Cormier was holding him in the air. In the beginning of the fight, Cormier was literally like holding him in the air, and everyone was like, he's gonna kill him. Then Miocic punched him in the belly. Punched him in the belly. Gave him a nerd punch. Nerd.
He's like this is an exact punch of a guy like sitting against the locker. He's like, get away from me. Damn, dude. So then Diaz fought the other guy.
And Diaz fought Pettis, which Diaz just fucking dominated the fight.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Did he go to
Start
decision?
to finish. Yeah. It did go to decision, but it was just 3-0. 3 rounds to none.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Diaz is the best.
Yes.
Diaz is a new thing where he's just like, I only fight whoever's doing cool shit, that's who I want to fight. He's like, the reason I fought Pettis was because he's actually doing cool shit. The reason I want to fight Masvidal is because he's doing cool shit.
So he just like waits. When people are blowing up, he just go. They have to face Diaz.
They have to fight Diaz.
Fuck,
and
he's so smart.
Diaz is also like, He's like, the reason I took off for 3 years is because everybody here is a pussy. So I didn't want to fight anybody. Like, that was his speech. And he was like, Masvidal, he's doing cool shit. I'll fight him.
I mean, he basically ended McGregor's reign. Yeah. He took the wind out of his sails hard.
I mean, fucking what's his name, really?
Yeah, Khabib really sealed it.
Really
but that was the beginning of the end.
Did you see McGregor punched an old dude?
Why?
McGregor socked an old dude for like talking shit, for saying something about his whiskey.
Oh, he was like whiskey
pouring out his whiskey
at
the bar, trying to give whiskey to these old dudes as like a PR thing. And an old dude sitting at the bar must have said something.
He's probably like, this shit sucks.
McGregor just fucking punches him in the face. The old dude took it. He was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, it's pretty great.
What?
McGregor's out of his mind.
Oh, he did. He lost it. Fighter turned businessman is like
Has
seems
that ever
like a
worked?
good idea.
George
Foreman sold the
Foreman
grills, but
dude.
he was very hands off, dude. They were like,
There's
all right,
no
Foreman.
way he had anything to do with any of that.
He wasn't walking around with guys in the park, but here, let me clamp this shitty shell around your chicken and burn it. He's like, you've been punching people left and right, but dude, please don't dry out my chicken with that piece of shit.
Yeah,
I hate Foreman grills.
Yeah, they are bad.
So what about a waffle maker, but for chicken?
Yeah, the only reason I liked him is because it was the only way I knew how to cook things.
I cooked on
it's like the
them
microwave.
forever.
It's like a microwave for for meat. It really is. If you're a fucking,
it's a hairdryer.
If you're a retarded guy like me, George Foreman grills.
It's
I should be
literally
the new spokesman.
Literally a hairdryer that just has like ridges. The same technology.
I could be the spokesman for that. It's like, hey, are you fucking retarded? Well, go to Walmart.
Yeah, do you have 20 pounds of frozen chicken you're trying to cook in a day?
Don't even thaw them. Just throw them on the Foreman.
Just throw them on the scene
while they're
down.
frozen.
Dude.
Just leave it. Go watch TV for a half hour. Come back. It's going to be hard. It's going to be bad, dry chicken. But you're going to eat.
Yeah, so I ate off a Foreman grill for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
The thing sucked. I don't
Cleaning
understand.
it was fun, though. Dropping water on it
True,
after it was...
sizzles down. True that.
Yeah.
True that.
Collected in that. You get to see the jar.
I lost my fat tray, so like that shit would just
You got to
dribble
just
down.
drip it onto the sink or something. Yeah.
It's motherfucking
If you forget
bullshit.
the tray, or like it's off a centimeter,
yeah.
that's a problem.
Ugh. Tinfoil. I had a little tinfoil reservoir.
I didn't even get that far mentally.
Yeah, they fall over. They fall. They get filled up and they
over.
tip, dude. They're not heavy.
Yeah, Foreman grill is not great.
No, I don't know a lot of fighter turned. I mean, Tyson's kind of doing it.
Tyson's
Several
successful
lawsuits, rape allegations.
despite being arrested for rape.
Yeah,
He went to jail.
for rape. Yes.
Yeah.
Tupac went to jail for rape. He claimed
He
that
did.
was conspiracy.
He did go. For
He
rape.
claimed that was pure
It was
fucking.
a chick that got gangbanged in his hotel against her will.
Yeah,
So even if he didn't do it, he was pretty complicit.
it was his boys.
Complicit, yeah.
Eesh.
Yeah, I got the DOS on Tupac.
Not good.
Yeah, shot a kid in the head.
I remember you told me that. I got over that one.
Kid got hit in the head with a bullet.
I got over that one. I was like, you know what? Because I listened to Tupac's greatest hit. I used to listen to it on the bus, and I listened to him. I'm like, this is pretty good. And then I was like, I heard he was like, I was watching a documentary about his, his life basically. And he caught that rape case, and he was like, they're just obviously taking me down. This is bullshit. No one. We talked to everyone. And I was like, all right, well, Tupac, you sold me. I believe you.
Yeah.
Now you're presenting me with information that was a gang rape. So the
I
squad.
believe that's what I was. But then again, that might have been the false information that they're trying to. Who's trying to bring him down?
I don't know. I forget. He said it. He said it pretty good in the way when he said it. I forget what he said, but I was like, all right,
Here's
Tupac,
the thing.
you sold me.
Tupac was just like NWA was being represented and controlled by white dudes.
Yeah.
So
You got the DOS on that?
well, that's
I
just
love
how
that
it is.
conspiracy theory. You're talking about the. You're talking about the record label?
Yeah, it's
situation?
like record labels, agents, all that.
Sure.
It's like, dude, no one's trying to bring you down.
LA
They're all
police,
with you.
LA police, hating ass hoes.
Hating ass
Think
hoes-
how many hating ass
Excuse
hoes
me.
he had, bro.
No, I meant Illuminati style.
no,
nobody
he was
nobody, none of the,
This
none of the
was a
globalists trying to bring you down.
possibly.
No, the globalists are making money off of it.
Yeah, but you would have like what the fuck?
Dude, the
You'd have like a
globalists-
J. Edgar Hoover file on you.
J. Edgar, do the J's.
J. Edgar Hoover. You'd have like some dude would be like, I don't fucking like this.
Dude, the Illuminati loved it. It was destabilizing the populace.
I know this for sure.
Come on, man.
I do. Trust me.
I thought your third eye
I'm
would be open to that.
all over this, dude. You know, fucking Malcolm X, Martin Luther King's dead. All of a sudden, you usher in all these other guys who are just telling people to sell
like
drugs.
Alex Jones,
and
dude.
be horrible.
Snoop Dogg was in the meeting.
He was in the meeting. It was told. I know this. I got the DOS on all this. That is funny though, dude. When they don't count that as a mass shooting, it's like, well, it's not ideologically driven. It's like
they're like, well, it's just black guys.
Dude, they literally do that, and they say. I watched a guy on a thing on Black people Twitter where the guys like they used to always say, "Oh, this is all senseless violence," and he's like, "What? Like we're like retarded?" He was like, "There's reasons. People are like, there's an ideology behind a gang. There's the Taliban. There's white supremacists who shoot people. There's the fucking." I'm not gonna name them. Don't want to get killed, but gangs. I don't want to name a specific one to get fucking jumped on by a set. But there are.
Wait, you think if you said the Bloods?
For sure, dude.
Some Bloods are gonna
I know
roll up.
Bloods. I know a couple Bloods, dude.
Yeah.
They might be like, yo, I listen to your podcast. We got to fuck you up now. But no, it's like they act as if a gang's not an ideology. It's like, dude, it's the same framework as ISIS, basically.
Yeah.
It's just different motives, different set of beliefs. It's like a very similar organization, very similar to the Aryan Brotherhood. If Aryan Brotherhood went in and shot someone, that would be an ideologically driven hate crime. If a Crip goes in and shoots 5 people, it's like you said, they're like,
it's just
black people.
guys.
They're different.
Black people.
They're poor.
They're black people doing black things.
Dude, I'm telling you.
That's
it's like,
the way it's looked at.
It's like, remember when Biden was like, did you see his little snafu?
Yeah, it's great.
Where he was like, they're just as good as
Poor people are just as good as white kids.
Dude,
Like, whoops.
And he was like,
Whoopsie.
and
Asians.
Chinese
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
and black kids and Mexicans and everybody. Dude, did you see the whole fallout from that? People were like, oh my God, Trump's making fun of Biden for his little gas. It's like, yeah, dude. First of all, it's his political enemy. Second of all, dude, it's like Trump said worse stuff. It's like, okay, Trump's not woke. Biden's supposedly woke, and he's like constantly fucking up. Like, which is hilarious. He's too old. We have to stop fucking running these geezers, dude. Geezers, dude. They should do driver's license test. Then you can go. You can maybe think about it.
Dude,
no way Biden's passing a driver's license.
That reminds
test.
me of that Matt Groening thing.
What?
The Simpsons.
Oh fuck,
Dude, there is a clip online of The Simpsons. They made this thing where Donald Trump. It's like, what's the name of that song? Is that from? It's the song from not Fiddler on the West Side Story.
Maybe I didn't recognize it.
Something America.
Probably.
America.
You have to ask my dad. He's big on musicals.
Is
My
he?
dad loves musicals, dude.
Oof.
He was like all I ever did when I was little was like watching TV. So I would like watch musicals all the time.
Ah, that sucks.
Yeah, he knows.
It's like embarrassing.
You're right. My dad will just sing all the songs. He loves them.
I know, but that's gay. That's what I'm saying.
No way, dude.
Musicals?
Yeah, musicals fucking rule.
Musicals are very gay.
Musicals rule,
Musicals
dude.
suck.
You hate the theater?
Yes.
That'll change.
I hate.
You'll get refined, dude, and you're gonna love the theater, dude.
If I start listening to more books on tape, maybe.
You will love the theater, dude.
I don't like the theater.
Well, we'll see.
I never
Time
have.
will tell. I'm a big patron of the theater.
Really? What's your favorite show?
I mean, play?
Yeah. No, it's a good show.
You mean
It's a show.
play?
Trust me. Matt,
St. Thomas the Apostle, Fiddler on the Roof.
as someone
94.
who Matt, hold on. As someone who performs on Broadway often, which I do.
When?
I'm around the arts quite a bit.
You are around the arts.
So
what's your
yeah.
problem with fucking
Musicals?
live theater?
It by definition is gay.
No, it's not, dude. It's
Yes,
the
it
ultimate
is.
form of expression.
I did
Drama,
like
music.
Anne Frank.
The musical?
Yeah.
What was that?
Something America. No, it was
Anne Frank
Anne
does
Frank,
not have a musical.
Anne Frank has a play. It's called The Diary of Anne Frank. It's a play.
And it's a musical?
I don't think it's a fucking musical. It's a play though.
Oh, I was talking about the musical. Anne Frank the musical will be lit.
I saw Chicago when I was a kid and I hated it.
Yeah, I never saw it.
Garbage.
I didn't see any musicals. My dad literally
I know you're.
saw Mamma
dude,
Mia.
Look, I get it. You're defending your pops. on
love my
this one.
daddy, dude.
I know you love your daddy.
He
but
loves musicals.
I'm saying that sucks. That's
great.
all.
I love that my dad is refined. He saw Fiddler on the Roof. My dad loves musicals. Dude.
I liked Fiddler on the Roof, the movie. So I had to watch it.
That's all my dad saw. My
think I
dad
liked
only
it.
saw the movies.
I think I liked
dude.
it because I was watching it in a class. So it was nice
True.
to not have class.
Yeah, to be clear, my dad's only ever seen the musical movies. So he's seen like Grease, the movie, Fiddler on the Roof, the movie.
Grease sucks.
And he remembers all the he knows all the stuff for at least Fiddler on the Roof and then one other. He knows all the songs.
Grease sucks.
Dude, it's like if I know all the songs from The Lion King because I had to watch them as all my little brothers and sisters watch them over and over.
I took an ex-girlfriend to see.
I'm about to snap.
My ex-girlfriend loved Beauty and the Beast. And for some reason, the cartoon was back in theaters.
Sure.
not the new one. Like it was just the
old
one,
school cartoon,
just in the theater.
Classic.
Again. She was begging me to go.
Yeah.
And we went, and it sucked ass.
What?
Dude, go watch one of those Disney.
Oh, they're
movies.
they're really bad.
Suck.
Yeah, they're bad.
They all suck.
Pocahontas is good.
Pocahontas
can't be showed anymore.
sucks.
I watched it recently. It runs into lots of fucking problems. Dude. Yeah.
That's pretty sick, though.
It runs into lots of like, this is the white man's land. Dude, it's pretty fucking funny. They're hitting savages really hard. Pocahontas,
Nice.
you watch that, you're like, damn.
Yeah.
I started watching it.
Pocahontas was hot as fuck, though. Oh, my God.
Bro, she looks so soft.
She's so
supple,
good in that.
dude. She looks, all the Disney princesses are like.
Disney
Think about the
princesses.
nerds drawing those, dude. So yeah, we'll draw something. They all have like these big ass fucking eyes. I mean, dude,
Imagine what the porn those guys
Jasmine.
have drawn.
they probably draw all the bootleg
they've
fucking
probably
porn
drawn
that you can
some-
find. Moment of silence for that, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine them
Dude,
catching.
how you feel
hard
about Little
nuts.
Mermaid?
How I feel about it?
About Little Mermaid?
Yeah, you know me, bro. It's more of a Pocahontas, Jasmine.
No.
Guy.
The new Little Mermaid.
Oh, isn't it Ariana Grande or something?
No, it's a black chick.
Oh.
Is the Little Mermaid, dude.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. It's funny to me when people freak
Shit.
out about that. Well, it's funny when people freak out. It's like people forget, like, yeah, this movie's for little fucking kids.
Of course.
So until like, if a bunch of like 9-year-olds are like, "What the fuck? The Little Mermaid's black." It's like, all right, we can like
Now
talk.
we can talk about it.
But they're not going. Like, if they raise the issue, be like, "Dad, the fucking Little Mermaid's black. We haven't got our wages risen in 30 fucking years." It's like, then we can talk. I don't know why people freak out about that. It's like, yeah, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I saw a funny meme about Ariana Grande though. It's like Ariana Grande. It was like used to look like the Little Mermaid, and now she looks like the Little Mermaid. That was really fucking funny.
That was very funny.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, when people do that shit, it's like it's for little kids, man. That's
If you're
imagine being a little 9-year-old and you're like, "Oh, Little Mermaid," and your dad's like, "She's fucking black, little," and you're just like, "Dude, fucking take a night off, dude. Relax. Let a kid just like we came through like World War II, Vietnam. You've all the fucked up shit's downloaded in your head just for the sake of your little kid. Just bite it back a little.
Yeah.
You can be like Trump fucking rules, blah blah blah. If Little Mermaid's black, just be like. Take a Coors Light behind your shed and just drink it. Just drink it and fucking be quiet.
Not my Little Mermaid. That's what I've been saying on stage. I've literally been doing that. The exact voice you just did.
Yeah, well,
I've
that's
been
your
doing
voice.
that. Not my Little Mermaid.
God damn it. That's where I got it from.
And then I also.
That comes from, I don't like it.
I don't like it. The Little Mermaid's white. And then I've also been talking about how. Oh, fuck, what was it? Oh, it's pronounced Lil Mermaid.
Woo! That's
And then
sick.
I mean, somebody has to have. That's not original at all.
I don't know.
I thought of it.
I don't
so
think
it is original.
no one's taking it to the local theater, yo.
I am bringing it onto the stage. It is so funny to be like, yo, theater's gay. I actually go on stage every night and talk. When are people going to discover how fucking corny stand-up is?
Dude, I think it's coming.
It's coming.
I think it about like...
Bro.
It's not even that it's coming. It's just there's a group of kids who's... I mean, stand-up will be good for like 10 to 15-minute quips. The hour-long special, I think, will die.
Yeah.
I think stand-up will be fun. And this is what I think stand-up is actually supposed to be for, is like, not like late-night monologue, but like you should write like 20-minute specials about what's going on in like a given 6-month time. Hit it, forget it, see what else is going on. It should be reduced to like
That's
20.
Live at the Cellar, by the way. That's a show on Comedy Central.
Is it really?
Every week it's called Live at the Cellar. And
They do,
it's
like-
topical weekly stand-up. That was the joke. That was the audition I bombed.
Well, they didn't want you to win it, bro.
No, they did.
So you need that?
The Comedy Central wanted me to get
True.
that, and I auditioned it at the fucking asshole cellar, and I fucking bombed like an idiot. I took Adderall that day,
When's it come back on? You could probably do it again though if it's like a
I will
recurring
do it
thing.
again.
Yeah, dude.
but
Trust me.
all I did was try to make my
cover
jokes,
Hong Kong,
I just
dude.
tried to make my jokes topical, like just whatever material I already had. I was
You're
like,
like-
"Oh, the UFC just happened this week. Here's my Nate Diaz impression." Like, it was so bad, dude.
Yeah, they need that, but a lot of the TV stuff gets filtered through like people's ideological lenses. So if they have that crack, if you have like the cop show, if you're doing open mic where you're just hitting fucking like random open mics and you're putting the cream in the crop on, or like whoever crushes around the thing, if you're just traveling around hitting all that, put that on a show, dude, that would crush, dude.
Dude,
That would be awesome.
if you did NFL Red Zone for stand up and you set up cameras at the asshole cellar, if you set it at the cool ass fucking stand,
Yeah.
if you set one at the store, And you're just like, oh shit, Rogies is on. Let's cut over to Rogues.
That's what it should be called.
But nobody in there is going to want to give up their material.
Forget about it. Forget about your live special, dude. You're putting out nuggets. People are like, fuck yeah. Then they fuck with your podcast. So stand up should be.
I hear you, but
that's how it's going to go.
That is how it's going. That's what what's his name's doing? Schultz. Andrew Schultz is doing that.
He's just live streaming all this stuff.
Another elite dog.
We're gonna become webcam models, dude. Guys gonna jerk off and like,
dude, my
Instagram.
My Instagram got like not verified, but once you hit
Once you get the check.
I didn't get the check. Once you hit 10K followers, it goes to this weird like you're an influencer.
What?
Your profile when I hit 10K on followers, it changed the format of the Instagram, and it was like you have to define what you are, like comedian, actor, activist, like all. There's a list of things you have to select, and then you can promote posts. It also shows you who's interacting with your posts now. It shows you like where people are looking at your posts, how many profile views you got that day. Like you're
that's hilarious.
It's crazy. You just instantly become.
You have metrics now.
I have metrics. As soon as you get to 10,000 followers, you get metrics on your Instagram.
That's fucking crazy.
It is.
You know what you got to do right now is rent a Ferrari and just go into your garage and be like, hey guys, real quick.
And promote it.
You should be like, ask me how I got all this. You should go full Ty Lopez, dude. So you have a whole new Instagrams. They do that with Lyft too. If you get like high up in the Lyft realm, your shit changes. They don't really tell you.
Oh, really?
Lyft drivers have told me, they're like, dude, my Lyft is like ×3 all the time.
Nice. If you're like a good Lyft driver.
Yeah, if you're like putting in like the 40, 50 hour weeks, you get into like a whole different realm.
I just got a text. This sucks. I have to cancel Cap City.
Shit.
So I have to cancel a week in Austin next week.
That's some motherfucking bullshit. That's fucking asshole, dude.
Dude, my fucking agents and management's an asshole.
That is total asshole, dude.
No, my agents and management are not asshole. It's actually one of the coolest things probably one of the cooler things I've ever done is what I have to cancel.
Oh, for sure.
And in a week or two, we'll talk about it. But obviously, right now,
can't talk. I love keeping shit under wraps.
We got to keep it under wraps. But next week, I'm doing something that you kind of dream of doing.
Yeah, and if they we'll see if they're fucking asshole or not.
I think they are definitely asshole.
You think so?
Fuck yeah, dude. I bashed them in every single meeting.
Fuck, I mean,
dude, LA was just meetings. I would go to 4 different studios like a day.
Well, yeah, how was that?
And sit down with cream of the crop Jays.
Yeah, these dudes are fucking.
I sat with the Illuminati. The Sony Illuminati tried to get me to fucking stay. They're like, stay in LA, stay here.
Why?
Dude,
what the fuck are they gonna do?
Sony, I don't know.
Imagine being so rich to see people like working the whole lives, and be like, well, I can make money off that guy.
That's exactly what's happening right now.
That's crazy.
They're just like, we love you, everybody. Like, oh my god, we love you.
Yeah.
Except one company that was really. Everybody was cool as fuck. One company, I'll tell you after, it was fucking hilarious.
Really, the jerks.
To just sit there and just be like, they just listed a couple of the comedy specials they produced.
Yeah.
And it was just dud, and I was just sitting there like, I can leave.
Fuck.
Yeah, and it was all weird specials. It wasn't like a normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Telling you, dude, wave of the future is like drop the special, get onto whatever platforms are around, get on all of them, and then the new. There was that Gaffigan article. I think what's his name? I can't think of his name. The guy's the man. Tim Dillon fucking put out an article about Gaffigan, who's like now going on like Amazon or some weird shit.
Tim Dillon and Andrew Schultz. Like Andrew Schultz has been leading the charge on this pretty hard.
Louis
produced his own thing. Which, by the way, that's the only thing I talked about in every single meeting.
Yeah.
Was Donald Trump and Louis.
I
don't think I was supposed to do that, but that's what I was doing.
What the fuck? What was their problem?
They would be like, who's like your favorite comedian?
You said Donald Trump.
I said Louis every single time, and then it instantly would get into PC and how
they say
I
like,
think.
Well,
no, dude, behind closed doors, every single person is like,
nobody likes this shit, dude.
Nobody likes it.
Fuck, I knew it.
And that was with every possible studio and production, like every TV, every fucking show I went to.
Everybody hates it, dude.
Everybody hates the PC.
I'm in the
shit.
belly of the beast, and there's only like 5 people. There's a bunch of people who are like that whole SJW PC thing is like a kind of like a siren. Like it calls people attention to stuff, and you're like, okay, I see this, and then all of a sudden it's like here's what we're gonna do, and it's like, whoa, no, you guys, you guys are very bad.
No.
It's nice you draw all of our attention to that.
Yeah,
we'll figure out a good thing around that.
Thoughtful.
Slow the fuck down.
No.
Yeah, dude. But most people in my school are like, all right, we get it. And then there's a couple who are just feeding off this shit, and it's like, fuck,
wow,
nobody likes it.
Dude, imagine the Trojan horse you and I are.
I mean,
you're fucking Trojan horsing into the fucking world of education. I just went into Hollywood. Two of the fucking meccas for liberal fucking
bullshit.
Gay think.
Damn, dude, that's fucking wild.
Yeah, and everybody in Hollywood was like, yeah, we're done with this. Everybody's done with it.
It's not working for them.
Yes, that's not making money.
People have spoke,
That's what
dude.
this whole thing was about. And always will be.
But of course.
Them sitting around being like, it was just funny to sit there and everybody's like, when do you think Louis is coming back? Like everybody was like, he's the best.
They're letting that guy go. Who was that senator guy that got in trouble? He had like bushy ass eyebrows, kind of looked like.
Are you talking about Al Franken?
Franken,
yeah.
Franken, whatever.
Franken.
They're letting him. They're like, all right, our bad. We didn't mean to slam dunk a Me Too on you that hard. But I think that the agreement is like, all right, we're getting Louis back then.
Yeah,
Franken for Louis.
There should be. It is like the racial draft. The left and the right. Be like, all right,
back.
we get Louis back.
Well, I think what that was for all like the PCSJW stuff was like these corporations were like, oh fuck, we're gonna get in trouble, and they're like, all right, and then they're like, you think this is like a business? And they try to like invest in it, and they're like, yeah, everybody hates this, and they're like, all right, let's fucking run it back again. People fucking hate it, dude.
Yeah,
they did this.
Annoying.
Atlantic did this study years ago where it's like 70, on average, about 70% of people from every race kind of are like, yeah, this shit's out of control.
I mean, that's what like all these people would be like. Do you think Louis is coming back or like
yes,
when? And I'd be like, definitely. And I was like, also, if you leave like this industry or like woke people in a city, literally no one cares.
Nobody gives a fuck.
No one knows.
No.
People like if you talk to like women, even fucking chicks in a city, just talk to them, be like, Louis, like, why would he be in trouble? Like he jerked off in front of girls,
dude.
They'll be like, what?
You get the most freedom of the freedom fighters one-on-one. I'm speaking from experience, bro. They're like, yeah, dude. I've laid and gazed into their eyes, dude. I've slept with the enemy. This is way back when. This is back, I was dating and stuff on Tinder. When I was on Chinder. I would go on dates and just argue with women, and then we'd finally take it, dude. I would sheath my sword, dude, like if on the romance cover, like, let's lay down. I would just like,
and you would lay with them.
The half-hard dick, be like, oh, okay, let's just stop. Then we would sit there and talk, and it was just kind of like, and I would talk to him about stuff, and dude, like, it was the one lady was really funny. She was just like, I used to work in retail, and I just fucking hate Asians. I'm like, dude, you were just arguing with me about me saying white trash. What the fuck? So it's funny. You get I'm not saying her argument was just like, she wasn't SJW, but she was like the reality. There was a sinister reality underlying her SJW dumb, where she was in retail and she was just, China was asshole to her. While she was retail, she said China was asshole.
China, dude, I got some intel.
In retail.
I got some
Which
intel.
Which is fine. It just doesn't mean every Chinese person is an asshole. But if you're in retail, brace yourself, because Chinese can be asshole.
If you are a waiter or a waitress, prepare for Indians, and Indians will come in and they are asshole.
They're asshole.
I've seen it.
Really?
Indians are very disrespectful to the servants. Like they treat them like servants.
What do they try to like fuck you?
No, they just fucking like
they try to sway you to their harem.
Go get us the fucking water.
Really?
Yeah.
They have servants.
Asshole.
Well, that's like a caste system, dude.
Exactly.
So if there's people like socially below you, it's totally. I watched someone
the Koreans when I was Ubering.
Yeah, that's true.
Cool.
They were just like they just equated you to like a total rickshaw.
I was absolutely a rickshaw pulling 5 Koreans. I'm like, oh, so you guys go to Penn? That's cool. I live right by Drexel. Cool. Oh, cool. What the fuck,
dude? You didn't
remember
even
that?
look.
He's like, what the fuck? I was like, I got that. I heard that one. I understood that.
Oh my god. Yeah, too funny. How about tonight, dude? How sick is fucking tonight going to be?
Matt McCusker making his fucking return to the stage, dude.
Oh, dude,
very dramatic.
I didn't even tell you what happened to me.
We gotta leave though.
Yeah, it's 3:26.
It is. Yeah, the show is at 8.
Yeah,
but we gotta start hitting the road. How long has this been?
Hour and 28 minutes.
All right, cool. We'll be able to get another one in.
What's your plan?
I'm gonna be able to come back Sunday.
All right.
The 25th. I'll be able to come back Sunday. We'll be able to get one. I got to go to DC tonight, Harrisburg.
Ooh.
23rd and 24th, DC Draft House.
Come back Sunday. We'll lock one up for the week, and then
I'm good, dude. I'm in town now that Austin just got canceled. I'm in town, and then all of September, basically, I'm in New York.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
All of
It's a
September.
turbulent month.
August was wild.
Yeah, it's a turbulent
That
month.
was a lot, and but the 20th and 21st, I'm in Indianapolis at Helium in Indy. 20th and 21st of September.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that was a lot.
We'll figure out some page stuff for the dogs.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out this weekend.
Maybe we can do something Thursday or Sunday. We'll get 2 episodes.
We'll rip it. Yeah.
Woo.
God
Woo.
damn.
Oh yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to. I won't be able to talk yet.
Yeah, dude.
In September, dude, I'll be able to tell you guys about a cool fucking thing.
I'm not going to lie, I always wanted this podcast to have a secret. I always listen to podcasts, like, we can't talk about that yet. I'm like, damn, that's awesome.
Whatever it is.
Now we have a secret, dude.
It's a cool asshole.
I actually have a secret I'm harboring as well.
You have 2 cool secrets.
What's my other one? Well, no, I have it. Oh, yeah.
I have another cool secret too.
I have a secret. I have an immediate secret right now.
True.
Big one, dude. I might debut the news tonight.
Oh, nice. That'd be fun.
Live on stage.
Yeah, live on stage. There's a lot of fans though. A lot of the Bulls are showing up, dude.
I'm gonna bless them, dude. I'm gonna bless them with a absolutely beautiful
wow.
beautiful announcement.
All right.
Probably just gave it away. All right.
We got to get out of here.
Let's roll.
Eat our shit.